Have you ever looked at a plastic bottle and wondered, what if this wasn't waste? What if it had a second life, not in a landfill, but in a garden full of life, color, and creativity? In a world drowning in plastic, the solution doesn't have to be complicated. It can start in your own backyard. In this series, you'll discover how ordinary bottles, caps, spoons, mugs, even kitchen forks can be reborn as beautiful, practical garden borders. But this isn't just about recycling. It's about reimagining. It's about turning throwaway items into tools of transformation. These borders aren't just edges, they're stories. They whisper tales of resourcefulness, childhood joy, and unexpected artistry. Each one is different. Some are bold and loud, painted in rainbow caps. Others are rustic and poetic, built from old mugs or anchored with spoons. And some, they're industrial masterpieces made with kitchen graters and urban grit. This journey isn't just for gardeners. It's for dreamers, designers, environmentalists, and everyday people who want to create something meaningful. You'll laugh, you might tear up, and most importantly, you'll feel inspired. So walk with us, edge by edge, bottle by bottle, and uncover how small acts of reuse can bring unexpected beauty to life. By the end, you may never see plastic the same way again. One, recycled bottle garden border. In an era where sustainability meets creativity, this garden bed stands as a stunning example of how recycled materials can be transformed into functional art. Utilizing plastic bottles as the primary construction element, the border frames vibrant flower beds in a circular, tiered formation that draws attention not only to the blooms, but also to the ingenious reuse of everyday waste. The structure consists of concentric rings built from clear plastic bottles placed horizontally and tightly packed. Each bottle is filled and capped to provide stability and weight, forming a robust, earth-friendly barrier. Their arrangement creates a neat and visually intriguing pattern that resembles stone masonry from a distance, but carries a modern, eco-conscious twist. The inner circle bursts with tall, colorful snapdragons in hues of magenta, yellow, and pink, rising above a lower layer of lush orange, red, and yellow begonias that fill the outer ring. This layering effect adds both height and depth, giving the illusion of a blooming fountain frozen in time. The colors contrast beautifully against the transparent texture of the bottle border, highlighting nature's palette framed by human ingenuity. Beyond its visual appeal, this border serves as a practical solution. It prevents soil erosion, keeps mulch contained, and defines the garden space with elegance. Moreover, it encourages environmental stewardship, inspiring others to repurpose waste rather than discard it. This creative landscape design blends gardening with recycling in a way that is both affordable and impactful. It shows that with a bit of innovation, even the most ordinary items can be given extraordinary purpose, proving that beauty and sustainability can bloom together. Two, creative border bottle garden. Blending environmental consciousness with artistic flair, this garden bed showcases a striking border crafted entirely from upcycled plastic bottles and old kitchen pans. Designed with a strong visual rhythm, the alternating black and white bottles are arranged in a double-layered horizontal formation, offering a neat and uniform edge that both protects and defines the flower bed. Each plastic bottle is inverted and tightly packed, creating a firm structure. Painted in monochrome tones, the bottles form a pattern reminiscent of mosaic tiles. The inclusion of circular black pan bases between the white bottles introduces a playful yet balanced contrast that adds depth and character to the boundary. This choice of materials reflects a clever reimagination of domestic waste, transforming discarded items into architectural elements. Within the bordered space, a burst of color emerges from well-maintained marigolds and zinnias blooming in brilliant oranges, yellows, and pinks. These vibrant blossoms are thoughtfully planted in reused cooking pans, reinforcing the overall theme of repurposing. The repainted and repositioned pans act as portable pots, each cradling a flower arrangement that complements the structured border. Aside from its aesthetic charm, this recycled garden border offers tangible benefits. It contains the soil effectively, maintains garden order, and repels erosion, all while sending a powerful message about the potential of reuse. This installation is not only a feast for the eyes, but also a model for sustainable gardening, inviting viewers to rethink the life cycle of everyday items. Such a creation encourages eco-friendly practices without compromising beauty or function. It is proof that with creativity and care, even discarded plastic and cookware can find new life in the garden, helping nature thrive in harmony with mindful design. 3. Border Wildflower Bed. In a vibrant celebration of sustainability and natural beauty, this garden bed demonstrates how recycled plastic bottles can be ingeniously transformed into a functional and charming border. Carefully stacked and aligned, green and clear plastic bottles form a strong retaining wall around a lush wildflower patch, offering both structural support and visual interest. The bottles are laid horizontally in an interlocking pattern, creating a sturdy enclosure that holds the soil while defining the planting area with clean, geometric edges. Interspersed between these bottles are panels made from repurposed rusted metal sheets, adding an earthy, rustic texture to the otherwise modern material. The combination of shiny plastics and aged metal creates a balanced contrast, highlighting the creativity behind the reuse. Inside the border blooms a delightful mix of wildflowers, including red poppies, golden rudbeckias, and clusters of delicate blue cornflowers. The floral display bursts with color and life, their natural randomness contrasting beautifully with the methodical order of the recycled boundary. Together, they create a harmonious blend of human effort and nature's spontaneity. Beyond its aesthetic appeal, this recycled border serves an essential environmental purpose. It diverts plastic waste from landfills and reimagines it into a useful garden feature, promoting the values of eco-friendly gardening. The sturdy design also ensures longevity, making it a sustainable choice for both decorative and practical purposes. This border proves that environmental responsibility can coexist with artistic expression. By turning trash into treasure, it inspires gardeners to explore innovative ways to beautify their surroundings while reducing waste. It's a testament to the power of design in sustainability, where discarded materials are reborn as the frame for flourishing life. 4. Mosaic Beauty Bottle Border. Blending artistry with sustainability, this stunning garden border elevates recycled design to a new level. Constructed from upcycled plastic bottles and fragments of broken ceramic, it creates a vibrant, textural edge that is both practical and visually captivating. The border curves gracefully along the flower bed, harmonizing with the soft shapes of the blooms it encloses. Each plastic bottle bottom is embedded into a solid base, their round, flower-like forms painted in shades of white and blue. These elements are alternated with shards of decorative ceramic, arranged in a mosaic style that captures the charm of hand-painted porcelain. The careful composition gives new life to otherwise discarded items, forming a functional wall with the elegance of artisan craftsmanship. Within the border, cheerful pansies and petunias bloom in pinks, purples, and oranges, their colors complementing the cool blue palette of the edge. The contrast between the organic forms of the flowers and the geometric rhythm of the mosaic enhances the aesthetic experience, making the garden not just a place of growth, but of artistic expression. Functionally, this border protects the soil, maintains clean edges between the flower bed and the walkway, and prevents mulch from spilling. But more than that, it symbolizes a creative approach to environmental care. By using what would otherwise be waste, plastic bottles and broken crockery, it encourages a mindset of thoughtful reuse and appreciation for handmade detail. This garden border is a perfect example of how sustainability can be seamlessly integrated with beauty and design. It invites every passerby to rethink waste and see potential where others see debris. Through color, form, and eco-conscious intent, it turns a garden edge into a meaningful masterpiece. Five, winding bottle path border. This imaginative garden path showcases the transformative power of recycled materials, where green plastic bottles line a winding walkway, creating a whimsical and sustainable border. The path itself is composed of fine gravel, offering a natural texture that contrasts beautifully with the smooth, uniform green of the repurposed bottles. Each bottle is carefully placed, neck down, and filled for stability, forming a continuous serpentine edge that flows gracefully along the contours of the path. The repetition of form and color provides visual rhythm, guiding the eye through the lush garden landscape. What elevates this border even further is the addition of upright silver spoons inserted between the bottles. Unexpected and playful details that reflect sunlight and add a glint of metallic charm. Surrounding the path are flourishing flower beds filled with vibrant blooms in shades of pink, yellow, white, and purple. The greenery and blossoms frame the recycled bottle border, turning the entire scene into a harmonious blend of color, nature, and inventive reuse. The contrast between the lively, organic shapes of the plants and the clean, structured line of bottles makes for a visually striking garden feature. Beyond aesthetics, this border serves several functional purposes. It keeps gravel in place, prevents grass encroachment, and clearly defines the walkway. Most importantly, it promotes a sustainable mindset, showing how common household waste can be creatively repurposed to serve a new and beautiful function. This garden path is a testament to resourcefulness and design, demonstrating that even simple, discarded items like plastic bottles and old cutlery can shape a space with elegance and originality. It encourages eco-conscious choices and inspires others to see waste not as garbage, but as potential for creativity and growth. Six, colorful garden bottle border. This garden bed is a creative and vibrant display of eco-conscious design, where everyday plastic bottles find a new purpose as a charming border. Arranged vertically with their caps facing downward, green bottles form a neat, curved wall enclosing a burst of colorful blossoms. The structure not only adds definition to the flower bed, but also demonstrates the beauty of upcycled materials in landscape design. Each bottle is securely embedded into the soil, offering both visual uniformity and practical durability. To add an extra layer of detail, metal tea strainers are attached to the tops of many bottles, creating a whimsical yet modern decorative effect. The reflective surfaces catch the light and contribute to the garden's unique aesthetic appeal, blending utilitarian function with artistic flair. Inside the border, a rich variety of flowers bloom in brilliant hues: yellow, violet, red, and lavender, forming a cheerful carpet of color. The playful mix of pansies, petunias, and other flowering plants enhances the charm of the garden and complements the lush greenery that surrounds the bed. The result is a stunning fusion of nature and repurposed materials that tells a story of sustainability and creativity. Beyond its visual impact, the border serves important practical purposes. It prevents soil erosion, keeps the flower bed's shape intact, and offers a defined space that is easy to maintain. More importantly, it is a testament to the value of rethinking waste. What was once considered disposable is now an integral part of a beautiful, blooming space. This garden border not only celebrates the joy of gardening, but also champions responsible living. It encourages us all to look at waste not as trash, but as a resource brimming with new possibilities. 7. Bottle Fence Flower Garden. This radiant garden bed showcases a creative and eco-conscious border made entirely from recycled plastic bottles. Lined vertically and tightly packed in a double-layered arrangement, the bottles form a secure and visually interesting fence around a vibrant floral display. Each bottle is filled with soil or sand for added stability and is held upright using simple bamboo stakes, combining natural and repurposed elements in perfect harmony. The variation in bottle colors, clear, green, and lightly tinted, adds subtle texture and depth to the border without overpowering the colorful display within. The natural curvature of the border complements the organic shapes of the plants, softening the overall appearance while still maintaining a clearly defined perimeter. Inside the border blooms a joyful array of ornamental plants, including bright yellow chrysanthemums, bold magenta celosia, lavender cabbage-like ornamental kale, and various late summer flowers. The variety of color, height, and texture creates a layered, eye-catching effect that brings energy and life to the garden. The backdrop of soft evening light filtering through surrounding trees adds a tranquil, almost magical atmosphere to the setting. Beyond its beauty, the recycled bottle border offers practical benefits. It prevents soil erosion, keeps grass from encroaching into the bed, and contains the mulch and soil neatly. More importantly, it serves as a model of sustainable gardening, demonstrating how common waste materials can be transformed into durable and attractive design features. This garden border is a testament to environmental awareness, creativity, and the power of reuse. It inspires others to see discarded plastic not as trash, but as a building block for something meaningful and beautiful. With imagination and intention, sustainability and elegance can flourish side by side. Eighth, rainbow recycled bottle border. A true celebration of color and sustainability, this garden border transforms recycled plastic bottles into a radiant work of art. Carefully arranged around a circular bed of tulips and daisies, the border is crafted from the bottoms of plastic bottles, each one painted in vivid hues and embedded into a concrete base. The result is a kaleidoscopic ring that enhances the natural beauty of the garden with a burst of rainbow brilliance. Each bottle base, shaped like a floral rosette, has been painted and complemented with mosaic pieces of tile and glass in matching or contrasting colors. From deep purples and reds to sunny yellows, greens, and blues. The border adds a whimsical, handcrafted charm that stands out without overshadowing the flowers it surrounds. Inside the border, bright tulips in red, pink, yellow, and purple rise confidently, while a lively undergrowth of white daisies and yellow blooms fills the gaps with cheerful abundance. The harmony between the floral colors and the border's palette creates a seamless visual flow, blurring the line between natural growth and human creativity. Functionally, this border serves to neatly define the flower bed, contain the soil, and prevent grass from creeping in. But its greater value lies in its statement, demonstrating that discarded items like plastic bottles can be reimagined into objects of beauty and purpose. It encourages gardeners to think creatively and act sustainably, turning waste into wonder. This radiant display proves that eco-friendly gardening doesn't have to be plain or minimal. It can be joyful, expressive, and full of color. By blending recycling with artistry, this bottle border transforms a simple flower bed into a captivating, meaningful landscape feature. 9. Rustic Bottle Garden Border. A harmonious blend of utility and sustainability, this garden bed demonstrates how recycled plastic bottles can be paired with natural wood to create a functional and visually pleasing border. The structure is formed by stacking gray-tinted plastic bottles horizontally, their uniformity creating a solid, stone-like base. Interspersed wooden planks anchor each section, providing structural support and adding a rustic touch that blends effortlessly into the natural surroundings. This rectangular raised bed contains a diverse array of flourishing plants. Purple chive blossoms, bright calendulas, nasturtiums, and leafy greens thrive side by side, arranged to take advantage of both aesthetic and companion planting principles. The wooden framework helps define the shape, while the recycled bottles reinforce the edges and help retain soil and moisture within. The upcycled plastic bottles are neatly aligned, offering a sturdy perimeter without the need for manufactured bricks or stones. Their placement speaks to careful planning, with each bottle adding both form and function. This low-cost solution repurposes waste into a long-lasting garden component, reducing environmental impact while delivering impressive visual results. Functionally, the border keeps soil contained, marks clear growing zones, and makes the garden easier to maintain. Visually, it conveys a message of environmental awareness, reminding onlookers that beauty and practicality can coexist with responsible reuse. This garden is not only a space of cultivation, but also one of inspiration. It proves that simple materials, when thoughtfully arranged, can serve multiple purposes while contributing to a greener future. With every blooming flower and reused bottle, it reflects a conscious lifestyle that values both nature and creativity. 10. Spoon-Adorned Bottle Border. In this charming garden bed, upcycled creativity meets floral elegance through a clever and sustainable border design made from recycled plastic bottles. The bottles, predominantly in shades of deep blue and green, are stacked horizontally in double layers to form a sturdy rectangular edge around the flower bed. A series of thin metal rods secure the bottles in place, ensuring stability and uniformity throughout the structure. What makes this garden border uniquely artistic is the addition of metal spoons, evenly spaced and affixed vertically along the outer face of the bottles. Their metallic sheen catches the sunlight and introduces a playful, reflective element to the earthy palette of the garden. These spoons, likely reused kitchen utensils, add a quirky, handcrafted charm that turns an ordinary recycled barrier into a work of folk art. Inside the border, an explosion of color and texture emerges. Low-growing flowering plants in white, pink, and magenta hues spill over gently, interspersed with ornamental grasses that sway with the breeze. The combination of soft blooms and vertical foliage gives depth and variety to the planting arrangement, making the bed vibrant and inviting. Besides offering visual delight, the border serves essential functions. It defines the planting area, prevents soil erosion, and contains the growing medium effectively. More importantly, it showcases an eco-friendly approach to garden design by reimagining waste materials as beautiful and useful structures. This flower bed is more than just a place for plants. It is a demonstration of sustainable creativity. With every bottle and spoon in place, it reflects the values of reuse, artistry, and environmental stewardship, inspiring others to cultivate beauty with responsibility and imagination. (11) Colorful plastic bottle border. This cheerful and imaginative garden border brings together color, sustainability, and creativity in a wonderfully playful way. Crafted from the bottoms of recycled plastic bottles, each container has been carefully cut, filled with soil, and planted with vibrant blooming flowers. Arranged in a neat circular formation, these mini planters not only define the garden's edge, but also serve as charming micro flower pots. What truly elevates this border is the use of colorful plastic spoons placed in each bottle. The spoons stand upright like bright markers, glowing in hues of red, blue, yellow, pink, orange, and teal, adding a joyful, carnival-like aesthetic to the design. Their presence brings an element of fun and whimsy, catching sunlight and drawing the eye along the curved path of the flower bed. Each bottle acts as both a pot and a boundary marker, holding a single plant that bursts with color. Petunias, marigolds, and other small blossoms flourish in these repurposed containers, demonstrating that even the simplest of materials can nurture life. This approach makes gardening more accessible and environmentally responsible, reducing waste while maximizing charm and practicality. This border is not just decorative, it's a sustainable innovation. It prevents encroachment from grass, marks planting areas clearly, and provides an ideal solution for upcycling single-use plastics. The added touch of colorful spoons transforms it from merely functional into a lively, artistic garden accent. Perfect for school gardens, family yards, or community green spaces. This design inspires creativity and environmental mindfulness. It encourages gardeners of all ages to view recycling as an opportunity for beauty and playfulness in the landscape. Here, discarded bottles and utensils bloom with new purpose, embodying joy, color, and care for the planet. 12. Gradient bottle garden border. This vibrant and orderly garden border is a brilliant example of how upcycled materials can bring both function and artistic flair to outdoor spaces. Using large plastic water bottles in varying hues of blue and green, the edge of the flower bed is marked with a mesmerizing gradient effect that complements the lush colors of the flowers it surrounds. Each bottle is placed upright, filled for stability and neatly capped with silver metal lids, adding a touch of industrial elegance to the otherwise playful design. The consistent shape of the bottles ensures visual harmony, while the shifting tones from deep blue to emerald green add dynamic movement to the garden's perimeter. These translucent bottles catch the sunlight and glow subtly, creating a shimmering border that draws the eye and celebrates the beauty of reused materials. Within the bordered space, a delightful mix of pansies and daisies bloom in shades of yellow, white, and purple, bringing warmth and softness to the contrast of the structured bottle wall. The soil is neatly contained, the grass held at bay, and the transition from lawn to flower bed clearly defined. Functionally, the border serves all the practical needs of a garden edge, keeping soil in place, preventing erosion, and guiding foot traffic. But more importantly, it sends a powerful message of sustainable gardening. By transforming plastic waste into a beautiful and durable landscape feature, it promotes environmental responsibility without compromising style. This garden border exemplifies how recycling can be both practical and decorative. Through thoughtful design, even discarded materials can become part of something lasting and lovely, where flowers thrive and creativity flourishes, one bottle at a time. 13. Rustic spoon bottle border. This raised garden bed embodies a rustic charm and eco-conscious spirit by creatively reusing everyday items to craft a delightful decorative edge. Attached to the wooden frame, a series of inverted brown plastic bottles form a repeating scallop-like pattern along the sides. Their dark amber tone contrasts beautifully with the natural wood planks, enhancing the warm, earthy aesthetic of the garden. Each bottle is fixed in place by simple bamboo or reed strips, tightly securing them around the frame. Between every bottle, a wooden spoon is inserted upright, adding a whimsical and handcrafted detail to the border. These wooden spoons not only evoke a kitchen-to-garden connection, but also bring in a sense of familiarity and homegrown artistry. The combination of hard plastic and soft wood creates a balanced visual rhythm that is both structured and welcoming. Inside the raised bed, a burst of color emerges from a vibrant mix of pansies in purple, yellow, and orange hues. Their delicate petals sway above rich, dark soil, giving life to the solid wooden base. The height of the raised bed helps with drainage, weed control, and accessibility, while the bottle and spoon edging transforms the structure from purely functional to visually engaging. This garden design highlights the power of upcycling, turning used materials into functional and beautiful garden features. It encourages sustainability through creativity and shows how even the most ordinary objects can be repurposed into meaningful accents. The result is a raised bed that not only nurtures plants but also tells a story of mindful reuse and resourcefulness. Through small acts of recycling, the garden becomes a living expression of care, not only for plants but also for the planet. (14) Industrial bottle border design. This bold and inventive garden border merges recycled functionality with urban aesthetics, creating a striking edge around the planting bed. Constructed from upcycled black plastic bottles placed vertically and tightly packed, the structure is not only visually uniform but also remarkably stable. Each bottle is positioned bottom up, contributing to a clean and rhythmic pattern that lines the garden with a sense of modern precision. Intermittently integrated into the design are repurposed metal graters, adding a touch of industrial flair. These kitchen tools, commonly discarded after wear, now serve a second life as accent pieces within the garden. Their textured surfaces contrast dramatically with the smooth, rounded forms of the bottles, enhancing visual interest and sparking curiosity. The overall effect is minimalist yet edgy, perfect for gardeners who appreciate structure and sustainable innovation. The border delineates the space effectively, separating the cultivated soil from the paved walkway and preventing erosion or plant overgrowth. This design also adds a protective barrier, especially useful in community or urban gardens where defined pathways and clear divisions are necessary. More than just a border, this installation is a commentary on resourcefulness. It demonstrates how everyday waste, like used bottles and old kitchen graters, can be transformed into something purposeful and aesthetically compelling. The result is a garden edge that embodies both resilience and creativity, making a powerful statement on the value of reuse. This garden border proves that sustainable design doesn't have to be rustic or whimsical. It can be modern, bold, and deeply functional. It's a visual reminder that innovation in gardening begins with seeing potential in the overlooked and turning it into a lasting piece of the landscape. (15) Bright blue bottle border. This eye-catching garden border is a brilliant example of how recycled materials can bring both structure and vibrancy to outdoor spaces. Constructed entirely from blue plastic bottles, this border wraps neatly around a lush planting bed, creating a bold, clean edge that is as functional as it is visually striking. The vibrant blue of the bottles contrasts beautifully with the dark soil and fresh greenery within the garden bed, as well as the vivid green grass surrounding it. Each bottle is placed horizontally, base outward, with the top sealed by repurposed tin can lids in varying metallic tones, some silver, others in shades of green and yellow. These lids not only cap the bottles for a finished look, but also introduce additional color accents that shimmer under the sunlight, making the border stand out with a playful, decorative charm. Inside the bordered garden, a variety of herbs, leafy vegetables, and small flowering plants thrive, suggesting the bed is both ornamental and functional. The raised edge helps keep soil in place, prevents grass encroachment, and clearly defines the garden's boundary, all while using items that would otherwise be discarded. This border is a model of sustainable design. It takes single-use plastics and transforms them into a durable, weather-resistant frame for a growing space. The repetition of form, consistency in color, and clever reuse of materials demonstrate how eco-friendly solutions can enhance both aesthetics and environmental responsibility. Perfect for small gardens, backyard plots, or even schoolyard learning spaces, this bottle border inspires creativity and mindful reuse. It shows that a low-cost, high-impact design can arise from rethinking waste, inviting gardeners to build beauty from what's already in their hands. (16) Red bottle fork border. Vivid and imaginative, this garden border presents a creative use of recycled materials to form a striking and sustainable edge. Made entirely of bright red plastic bottles placed upside down in the soil, the border forms a neat, continuous line that defines the flower bed with bold color and visual rhythm. The uniformity of the bottle's shape creates a pleasing repetition, while the red hue contrasts beautifully with the lush green grass and the vibrant floral display behind it. What makes this design especially unique is the integration of metal dining forks. Inserted through the tops of select bottles, These utensils arch elegantly over the curved plastic, holding them more securely in place while also contributing to the overall artistic look. The forks add a subtle metallic texture that catches the sunlight and enhances the quirky, resourceful charm of the entire border. Behind this border, the garden flourishes with an array of flowers and leafy plants, suggesting that beauty and growth can thrive alongside upcycled ingenuity. The bottles serve not only as a decorative barrier but also as a practical solution, preventing soil erosion, deterring foot traffic, and clearly separating the garden from the lawn. This project exemplifies the value of sustainability through reuse. Everyday objects that might otherwise be discarded, plastic bottles and old silverware, are given a second life as integral parts of an eco-friendly garden design. It's a celebration of creativity, where functionality meets personality, perfect for DIY enthusiasts and eco-conscious gardeners. This border is both inspiring and achievable. It invites us to view waste differently, not as garbage but as potential building blocks for beauty and innovation in the garden. Here, the ordinary becomes extraordinary, one bottle and fork at a time. 17. Upcycled mug garden border. This whimsical and eco-friendly garden border stands out with its clever use of discarded ceramic mugs and cups, creatively repurposed to form a charming circular edge. Each mug is firmly set into concrete, placed on its side with the base facing outwards, revealing a kaleidoscope of colors, earthy tones of brown, beige, blue, gray, and white that provide a rustic yet playful aesthetic. Rather than let old crockery go to waste, this garden transforms them into a beautiful and durable retaining wall, surrounding a vibrant bed of wildflowers and seasonal blooms. Pink cosmos sway delicately in the breeze, while cheerful yellow and orange gazanias form neat clusters at the front. The contrast between the structured, multicolored border and the free-flowing, naturally arranged flowers creates a perfect harmony of human creativity and nature's spontaneity. The border not only enhances the garden's visual appeal but serves practical purposes. It keeps soil neatly contained, defines the flower bed with a solid perimeter, and adds elevation that draws attention to the floral display. The heavy ceramic construction also ensures long-lasting durability, standing strong against weather and time. This upcycled design makes a strong statement about sustainability and ingenuity. By reusing everyday objects that no longer serve their original purpose, the garden becomes a canvas for storytelling. Each mug potentially with its own history, now united in support of blooming life. It's a reminder that beauty can be found in the forgotten, and that even a simple, discarded cup can have a second life as part of something meaningful. This garden border celebrates color, reuse, and a joyful spirit that turns waste into wonder. (18) Color cap bottle border. Bursting with color and creativity, this garden border transforms recycled plastic bottles and caps into a playful and purposeful landscape design. Vertically embedded along the garden edge, the bottles are painted in a neutral gray tone, providing a uniform base that lets the brightly colored caps pop with vibrancy. Red, blue, green, yellow, and purple caps are arranged in varied patterns, giving the border a cheerful mosaic-like appearance that adds character to the entire space. Each bottle serves as a modular block in the curved structure, forming a sturdy boundary that keeps soil in place and clearly separates the flower bed from the lawn. The simplicity of the materials, plastic bottles and caps, belies the ingenuity of the design, which blends aesthetic appeal with eco-conscious functionality. Within the border, the flower bed is alive with sunflowers, pansies, and violas in shades of yellow, purple, and orange. Their bright blooms echo the joyful tones of the cap decorations, creating harmony between natural color and human creativity. The gentle curve of the border draws the eye through the landscape, inviting visitors to explore and enjoy. This border doesn't just beautify, it tells a story of sustainability. What was once plastic waste is now a key element in nurturing life, transformed through careful design and imagination. It demonstrates how everyday items, often overlooked, can be repurposed into meaningful, lasting solutions for the garden. Ideal for families, schools, or community gardens, this project is both practical and inspirational. It encourages environmental responsibility and proves that beauty can arise from reuse. The color cap bottle border is a celebration of resourcefulness, joy, and the power of giving discarded materials a second chance. Who knew a simple bottle could hold so much potential? That what we often toss without a second thought could one day hold flowers, frame vegetables, and decorate a path of wild sunflowers. Through these borders, we've seen more than just recycled art. We've seen emotion, ingenuity, pride, laughter, the joy of giving forgotten things a second chance. Every color, every curve, every unexpected fork or cap glued with care tells a story that matters. These garden borders are more than practical, they're powerful. They are visual declarations that creativity is limitless when fueled by purpose. That sustainability isn't a sacrifice. It's a celebration of life, nature, and renewal. And now the question lingers in the air. What will you do with your waste? Will your bottles be forgotten or reborn into beauty? Will your trash pile grow, or will it shrink as you create something that stirs smiles and sparks ideas? Let this be your turning point, because you don't need expensive materials or grand landscapes to make an impact. You just need imagination and a little willingness to get your hands dirty. The next time you hold a plastic bottle, ask yourself, what story could this tell? Thank you for joining this journey through reclaimed borders, blooming petals, and the quiet power of reuse. Go out, create, transform, and let your garden speak louder than words.